I think
How many lessons is now
we have
incomplete?
3 more weeks of lessons.
3 more weeks and 2 days weeks.
Yeah,
Weeks, 2 days.
yeah. So there's I think 5 or 6 more lessons that are left. But depending on how quickly we get through each lesson, we might be able to do 2 lessons in one time. Because what they did was that they did the same lesson, but they split it in half. So if we can combine those 2 lessons, then it might be able to complete it on time.
But you sent, right? This time you sent lesson.
I sent it to you a couple of weeks ago. It's the same lesson. We haven't
Yeah.
done a new lesson recently, since Thanksgiving. So we're just going to work on that today. And then inshallah, next week we'll be able to do 2 PowerPoints in the week.
So before you our class, you sent next class lessons.
I will send you,
So
I will send you next week.
we already prepared, right?
Hmm.
So not more time.
Yeah.
waste.
Yeah, so I will send you after today. I will send you today's what the lesson plan that we are covering today and the lesson plan that we will cover on Thursday. And then every time now I will do that. I will give you in advance the lesson plan so that way you can look it over and understand a little bit so we can kind of not rush through but go through a little bit quicker.
Yeah.
Yes, Auntie, you are on mute. We are going to share. I'm going to share my screen and we'll get started with the new lesson. Yeah.
Yeah.
Last time you sent it story. So we already wrote, right? We already read.
You already read the story.
So we, yeah. So
Okay. So just a quick review. We'll do this. Okay. So we talked about prepositions over the last couple of weeks. All of the homework assignments that we've done have been about prepositions over the last couple of weeks. So I hope that you guys are feeling more comfortable now with prepositions. As we spoke about, preposition is a word or a set of words that indicates a location, like in, near, beside, on top of, or some relationship between a noun or pronoun and other parts of the sentence. So a preposition can indicate direction, time, location, and a spatial relationship. What is a spatial relationship? What is the space between the objects? Like, for example, the water bottle is in front of me. So that is the spatial relationship between the water bottle and me. Or other types of abstract relationships. So directional prepositions. Look to the left and you'll see our destination. So to is the preposition in this subject matter. Our destination and us are the look that we're giving, right? So what are we looking at? We're looking to the left to see our destination. The time prepositions. We've been working since this morning. We've been learning English since the last 10 weeks, right? So those types of conversations are time prepositions.
she is also here during also.
During is
During
also
preposition, right?
Yeah. So location and position type of preposition. So we saw a movie at the theater. Where were we when we saw the movie? We were at the theater, in the theater, around the mall, around town. All of those are prepositions that tell you where you are in location. And then space. The dog hid under the table. The water bottle is in front of me. You are in front of me. So all of those are spatial prepositions. All of that makes sense?
Yeah.
So there are 6 rules that we need to know when we're talking about prepositions. I am going to minimize my video screen so that way so that it doesn't bother you guys. Okay, so prepositions rule number 1. A preposition has to have an object. So all prepositions have object. Now, what does that mean? If a preposition does not have an object, it's not a preposition. So it's probably just an adverb. For example, a preposition always, as I've already said, a preposition always has an object. An adverb never has an object. So for an example, they are in the kitchen. The preposition in has the object, the kitchen, right? So where are they? The relationship between them and the kitchen is that they are inside that kitchen, right? So that is a location preposition. But when somebody says, please come in, that's an adverb. That's not a preposition. So
Oh,
in that situation, it's saying that where are you telling someone to come? You're telling them to come in. But that's not anything about where that person actually is, right? So it would be a different story if it would say that person is standing outside the door, right? So where is that person? What's the preposition? The preposition is outside, right? Because there's a relationship between that person and the door in that sentence. There was a door. Did you have a question?
excuse me. Yeah. If I'll say, come in my room, that
No preposition.
in is a preposition or not?
No, because
Okay.
in that situation too, you're still qualifying the word come. It would be
Okay.
a different story if you said, she is in my room,
Okay.
right? So if that person is already there, when you're telling them to do an action to like to
Mhm.
come into the room or something like that, then it's not a preposition, right? Then it's just an
Okay.
adverb. It's an adverb. It's describing the verb that you're using.
Okay.
So for example, there was a doorway before me. So before, the object for before is me, right? So the doorway was before me, it was in front of me. But it's different when you're saying, I have never seen it before. So in that situation, that again is the before is qualifying my action of seeing, right? So I never saw before. So that's why it's not a preposition, it's an adverb. It's describing the verb. Yeah. So the basic point of this rule is that if it's describing the object itself, then or the relationship of the object itself, then it's a preposition. If it's describing a verb, then it's an adverb. Right? So the last example that they have here is, I will call after work. When will I call? When will I be doing that action? After work. So the relationship is between the word after and work. The work is a space that I am in, and after that thing that I'm
Preposition.
doing, then I will make this other action. Whereas he called soon after work, now soon after, at this point, it's the calling that is being described. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. A preposition, rule number 2, means place before. So the name preposition indicates that the preposition usually comes before something, like its object, right? So I put it in the box. You are standing in front of the door. But even when a preposition does not come before its object, it's still closely related to that object. So for example, who did you talk to, right? To is the preposition in this, and who is the object. And in the answer, I talked to Jane. So here, to came before the object, which is Jane. But in the question sentence, to came after the object. But you still know that the relationship of this to is related directly to this Who? I know
मैं 5 minutes. I'm coming 5 minutes. Okay.
Sure. So I know that this can be a little confusing, but as we practice it, the rule is not as important as knowing when to use these words, right? So even if the
Okay.
rule itself doesn't make as much sense, when we practice it, it'll get to become more natural. So the third rule that we are looking at today, a pronoun following a preposition should be in object form. The noun or pronoun that follows a preposition forms a positional object. So if it is a pronoun, then it should therefore be in the objective form, me, her, them, not the subjective form, I, she, or they. So for example, this is from my wife and me, right? So in this situation, from relates to the wife and to me. So that's why this is where this preposition is. So if in this situation, I could not say, this is from my wife and I, that would be incorrect. The correct way to say it is, this is from my wife and me. So the good rule of thumb to think about when you're doing this type of sentence, if you took away my wife in this sentence, right? If I removed this and I said, this is from, and if I only wanted to say that I gave this, then would I use the word me or I? So if I'm saying the sentence, this is from me, is that correct? Or this is from I? Which one is correct?
This is from I.
Me.
This is from my. This is
Me.
from me.
Me.
Me is
Because
correct.
I is the incorrect.
Right, exactly.
Yes.
I is the subjective form and me is the objective form. And whenever you're using this type of preposition, it has to be in the objective form. Because remember, the preposition has to be in relation to the object. So the object is me in this situation. And this is from my wife and me. So if I'm talking to somebody and I give you a gift, for example, Hamida Auntie, if I say, you know, I'm giving you this gift, I would say this gift is from me, right? I wouldn't say
Me.
this gift is from I. That would not
I.
sound right, right? So this
Okay.
this gift is from me is the correct sentence.
If somebody ask me, I want to talk to Yasmin, then and I'll give you the. I am also on phone. She is calling about me. Then what I can ask, tell them, it's me or it's her.
So if the person says, hello, may I please speak to Yasmin Satani? Right? So if somebody comes and says that, you can say, hello, this is she.
Okay.
This is she
This
is
is
the
she.
correct statement. Yeah. In that answering the phone, when you answer the phone and somebody asks for you, then you say, yes, this is she.
Okay. Because sometimes doctor's office, they call me for the refill and they ask me. That's why I was little bit confused.
Yeah. And you can also say, you know, if you wanted to simplify it for yourself, if somebody says, yeah, you know, hello, I'm calling from the doctor's office. May I speak to Yasmin Satani? You can always say, yes, this is Yasmin Satani, right? So you can just answer and say,
I'm
yes,
always saying this one.
Yeah, you
It's
can say
correct. Okay.
perfectly fine. That is perfectly proper grammar.
Okay.
So that is between him and her. So if you're saying, oh, you know, Yasmin auntie and Hamida auntie were in an argument, for example, right? So I can say, you know, that's between her and her, right? I could say that's between the two of them. So that's between her and her. I wouldn't say that's between he and she because that would be incorrect. It would have to be her. That's between them. I could say that. Um, And that would be correct, saying that the preposition is between and them is the subject.
Okay.
Rule number 4, preposition form. Prepositions do not have any particular form. The majority of prepositions are one-worded prepositions, but sometimes, as we've seen before, they can be 2 or 3-worded phrases known as complex prepositions, like in front of, right?
Yeah.
One-word prepositions are like before, into, on, under. Complex prepositions are according to, but for, in spite of, on account of, on top of, in front of, right? All of those are multiple word complex prepositions. Prepositions rule number 5. To preposition and to infinitive are not the same thing. So do not confuse the infinitive particle to, like to sing, to live, with the preposition to, like to London, to me. So when you're using it as a preposition, it's in the direction that it's going, right? Think about it in the relation. So for example, I am flying to London. So in that situation, to is a preposition. Now, if I'm talking about she loves to sing, in that situation, to is not a preposition. That's not going anywhere, right? We're just talking about her love for singing. So it's not the same thing as a preposition. That in that sense, it's just the infinitive participle.
It is between two things, right? Preposition.
Yeah.
It is between two things.
Mm-hmm.
Two things, between two things, two.
It could be between two things. Yeah. So from A to Z, for example, right? That is a preposition. That word is to. That word is a preposition.
Because two things. Because
Right.
two things. Right?
Exactly. But when I'm saying like I'm flying to London, that's also a correct prepositional phrase, but it's basically I'm flying from here to London, right? So you have to think about it in the long sense of the sentence. If I'm saying I'm flying to London, it's still a preposition. I'm just not saying I'm flying from here to there, but it's still a relational aspect, right? So just remember, if you're trying to use a preposition, it would be in a relational relationship. It would not be in the infinitive. So when you're using to as a preposition, I look forward to lunch. I look forward to seeing you. It is not correct to say I look forward to see you. It would be correct to say I look forward to seeing you. Do you see this here?
Yeah.
So remember, when you're using this phrase,
Here is a little bit blurry, I think so.
it's a little blurry.
Yeah.
Are
It's
you
Clear word.
It's
Not
your
clear
because
word.
I have clear.
okay?
Oh, my
Yes.
iPad is problem, right?
Maybe.
Yeah.
But Hamida, you do have this in your email. So when you want to look at it a
Okay.
little bit later, that's fine. You have access to this one.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So I think you guys understand the aspect of this, right?
Yeah.
So if you're using it as an infinitive participle, they used to live in Moscow. They love to sing. Those kind of things are not prepositions. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not really important for you to be able to identify, oh, this is a preposition, oh, this is an infinitive use of the word. But the reason why we're going over this rule is just so that you understand how to use these words properly.
Yes.
And the last, but not the least, preposition rule number 6, the golden preposition rule. A preposition is followed by a noun. It is never followed by a verb. Okay, so if you look at it here, they used to live. Live is a verb, right? So this cannot be a preposition. I'm used to cars. I'm used to driving. So those are not verbs, right? Those are pronouns. Well, this is a pronoun. This is a noun.
This is driving is a noun, right?
Yeah, so in this situation, you're using it as the noun, not as the verb of to drive.
Okay.
So yeah, so it's never followed by a verb. Always remember that, and that will make it easier for you to remember. So this slide here has a list of 100 different prepositions. It's a good thing to just remember them and use them in different sentences as time goes on. It's not something that we have to spend much time on right now.
Okay.
Okay.
But what we will do is we will practice this. I'm sure you guys have already looked at it, but we are going to practice with this exercise now. Okay, so we'll go one by one, and you will tell me based on this picture here what the preposition will be in this fill in the blank, yeah? Okay,
Okay.
so we'll start with you, Nafisa. Number 1.
The clock is on the wall.
Yep, the clock is on the wall. That's perfect. Yasmin auntie, number 2, please.
The ball is under the table.
Perfect, the ball is under the table. Number 3, Hamida auntie, please.
The cat is beside the armchair.
Sorry, the cat is beside the armchair. Very good. Nafisa, number 4, please.
The table is between the armchair.
Okay, so remember, if you're using in between, you have to have 2 objects, right? So this would be correct if you said that the table is between the armchair and
Chair.
And chair. Yeah.
right. Exactly. So the table is positioned between the armchair and the chair.
And chair.
Both chair is different, right?
Right, exactly. Both chairs are different. So this chair is just a regular chair. This chair is an armchair.
And armchair. Okay.
Yeah.
The table is
Go ahead.
left side, right side. What I can't understand this one.
Yeah, so you could say the table is next to the armchair. The table is to
Is
the left of the armchair. You're not wrong when you say that it's to the left or it's to the right. I mean, whichever way you're looking.
right.
But yeah, you're not wrong in saying it that way as well. So good job. Yeah, you've got the concept. Don't second guess yourself. You know the answer. So just say it the way that you know it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job. Yasmin auntie, number 5, please.
The carpet is on the floor.
Yeah, the carpet is on the floor. Exactly. Hamida auntie, number 6, please.
The lamp is on the table.
Yeah, the lamp is on the table. The lamp is on top of the table. All of those would be correct. Yep. Number 7, Nafisa.
The flower are dash the vase. Inside.
Yeah, yeah. The flowers are inside the vase. The flowers are in the vase.
Into
Well,
also.
Okay.
So into would have to be that you're putting the flowers into the vase. So
Okay.
into is almost like you're doing the action of putting in. Yeah.
Okay.
So when it's already placed there, then you want to use inside or in. Good question.
In also. In
Yeah.
also, right?
In also works. Yeah. So the flowers are in the vase. The flowers are inside the vase. Either of those are fine. Number 8, please. Yasmin.
The table is between the chair and armchair.
Exactly.
That is
Yeah, so what Nafisa was
same
saying
question
earlier,
we
right?
explained.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, that's fantastic, guys. Okay, some more exercises. So we're going to do a true and false, okay? So look at the picture and then you're going to tell me if the statement is true or false. So we'll start with you, Hamida aunty. Number 1.
Yeah, yeah. The radio is in the table, right? The radio, this is false, on the table.
Correct. Yeah, so because it is like it is on top of, right? There's no way for
Yeah.
it to be inside the table. So for that reason, it would be false. The radio is not in the table, it is on the table.
The
Very
table.
good.
Okay.
Yeah, Nafisa, number 2.
The telephone is behind the plant, right?
Mhm.
True.
Is the
वो plant
telephone
ही है ना? टेलीफोन
telephone
मोबाइल है ना, तो दिखाई नहीं दे रहा वो प्लांट है कि क्या है.
ये plant है.
Okay. Behind the plant. Yes, true.
So behind would mean uske
Oh,
piche.
no. False.
Yes.
False.
Correct. False. So
Mhm.
where is the telephone in terms of the plant? How would we make the sentence true?
Behind. पीछे नहीं है वो. आगे.
So then what is it? It's
Center.
so the plant is sitting here and the phone is
आगे को क्या बोलते?
उसके बाजू में है, right? हाँ, तो बाजू को क्या बोलते हैं? Next to, beside.
Yeah.
So either of those would be
Beside.
correct. You could say that the telephone is beside the plant.
Yeah.
You could say the telephone is next to the
Next
plant. Or the telephone is to the left of the
Left
plant.
side. Yeah.
left.
Very good. The next is number 3, please, Yasin aunty.
The book is on the table. Yes.
Yeah, that one's actually true. Very good.
The table. Yeah, true.
The book is on the table. Sorry, I had a working mouth. The book is on the table. Very good. Number 4, Hamida aunty.
Okay. The lamp is under the sofa. This is false.
Mhm.
Sorry, lamp is no. The lamp is under the sofa is false.
Right.
Right?
How would you correct it?
Yeah. The lamp is behind the sofa.
So
Yeah, or beside.
beside.
Beside. Yeah, beside.
Yes, the lamp is beside the sofa. Sorry, there's so many. I don't know why they keep trying. Has it been 40 minutes already? What nonsense. Okay. The lamp is beside the sofa. Very good. Number 5, Nafisa.
The TV is front of the sofa. True.
True. Yeah.
Yeah,
So the
it's
TV is in front of the sofa.
sofa.
Yep. Very good. Number 6, Yasmin aunty.
The clock is on the books. Fall.
False. Yeah. Where is the clock?
On the wall.
So the clock is right here.
In the box or
Front of sofa.
Yeah, it could be in front of the sofa. It is on the bookshelf. This is a bookshelf, I think,
yes.
right? So it's on the bookshelf. It is next to the, those look like towels. I don't know, maybe those are books. But it is next to the towels, right?
Top the shelf.
Yeah, it's on top of the shelf. It's above
Yeah.
the TV, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's above
Yeah.
the TV. Yeah, very good. Okay. Number 7, Hamida aunty.
Yeah. The bike is behind the sofa. Just a minute, I look it. No, this is false.
Right.
The bike is front of the sofa.
Yeah. Very good. The bike is in front of the sofa. Very good. Nafisa, number 8, please.
The rug is under the table. True.
Yeah, true. Very good. And last but not least, number 9, Yasin aunty.
The pillows are in the sofa. Oh, no, wrong. False.
Correct.
False.
That's correct. So how would you say it?
The pillows are on the sofa.
Yep, very good. Yeah, because they cannot be in the sofa. They are on the sofa.
It's on the sofa.
Exactly. Very, very good. Okay, we have 7 minutes left. I'm trying.
Oh.
I would rather do some more idioms for you, so that way we can talk about these. Are we okay with
This
idioms?
is next reading preposition worksheet with Wallis.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Do you guys want to do the preposition worksheet, or do you guys want to go over the idioms?
Idioms is a little bit not completed, only 7 minutes.
Okay, so you want to do the worksheet instead?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because idioms is a little bit explained more, right? We
Yeah.
need to explain more.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. So let's do this. Are you able to see the worksheet?
I'm
I think
open
no.
my phone. Open my phone.
But it's blurry as well as too small.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm open my phone.
Okay, hold on.
Okay, me too.
No,
Yeah.
hold on. Hold on, just a minute, please.
If you don't waste time, we can open our.
Are you able to see this now?
No.
No.
Okay, what about now?
Yeah.
That's better?
Yes.
Better, but it's I think blurry, but I can read it.
Yeah, as long as you can read it. I know it's a little blurry because it's an image file, and I'm trying to zoom into that image file. So that's why
Now.
a little bit blurry, but hopefully we can still read it. Yeah.
No, it's a better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. So we'll
Okay.
start with you, Hamida aunty, for the first sentence, please.
Yeah. Officer Ramirez, Ramirez, right? Ramirez absolutely, sorry,
Absent-mindedly.
absent-mindedly forget his badge at home. There is at.
At. Yes. At is the preposition in this sentence.
Preposition.
Officer Ramirez absent-mindedly forgot his badge at home. So the preposition in this sentence is be, at.
At.
Nafisa, number 2, Chief Grady.
Chef Grady sent Officer Ramirez to the interrogations room.
Yeah. Yes. The answer is 2. Chief Grady sent Officer Ramirez to the interrogation room. Yep. So the answer is A, 2 because he is sending him to that room. Number 3, please, Yasmin aunty.
Yes, I can't see rest of the sentence, but yes. It's a good thing that Officer Lex was with Officer Gomes when they
Apprehended.
apprehended, because it's an picture.
Yeah, when they
Uh,
apprehended the shooter.
Okay. With
Yes, exactly. It is a good thing that Officer Lex was with Officer Gomez when they
Mm.
apprehended the shooter. With is the
Gomez.
correct.
Okay.
Mhm. Very good. Number 4, Hamida aunty.
Lex has been a dedicated police officer for 20 years. There is 4.
Yes. The answer is 4. D, letter D, 4. And it's a quantitative proposition. Very good. Number 5, Nafisa.
5. Lex suspected that the criminal would be in their hide court.
Hideout.
Hideout.
And
Hideout.
In, right, exactly. Lex suspected that the criminals would be in their hideout. And the correct answer is in. That is right. Yes, aunty, number 6.
Chief Grady was very tired of Officer Ramirez's unprofessional conduct of.
Yes. Sorry. Chief Grady was very tired of Officer Ramirez's
Yes.
conduct. Yep. Very good. And last but not least, number 7, Hamida aunty.
Lex and Riley were chasing the cat burglar through the fall right, fall smelling
Smell.
alleyway.
Smelly.
Mhm.
Smelling alleyway.
Mhm.
There is true.
Yes, the answer is true. Lex and Riley were chasing the cat burglar through the foul